Brother Ron, and welcome to We All Be News Radio and TV, the news-free Dixie for the 21st century. I want you to stay. Yeah, I gotta talk about some juicy stuff, right? You talked about you promote manhood and protect womanhood. I gotta ask you about the Chris Rock,
Will Smith, and
I had to try something serious. I would get silly.
Was the biggest punk ass crap I've seen. You know what? He was displacing. His wife has been all over social media. Walked down the red carpet at the BET function with this boy who is a friend of one of their children. And that boy was staying in the Smith family house and she was screwing him.
Right.
And she bragged about it. And he put it in one of his CDs about how good the nookie was.
Entanglement.
Now, what kind of honor do you have to defend when your wife rolls her eyes at you after she's been doing that to you in public? That is ridiculous. Then the other thing is, see, from being in Hollywood, they prank people. You know, this stuff like smile, you're on candid camera after they have pranked you and you didn't know it. Well, a lot of times Hollywood would have you be the MC at some kind of function and they'd pull off a prank that they didn't tell you about. You saw Mr. Rock when he looked at him like, what? Come on up here. See, somebody I know says they overheard Rock down in the green room later saying, man, I thought he was giving me a high five. You know, and he probably said, this dude's pranking me. But you know what was so embarrassing?
What's that?
Mr. Action Hero, Mr. Men in Black, Mr. Spy, Mr. Bad Boys, you know, bad boys, what you gonna do? He goes off and bitch slaps somebody with open fingered hand, and he doesn't even cause Chris Rock to wipe the grin off his face, and Chris Rock doesn't even miss a stroke in his dialogue, and I say, yeah, okay, wow. And then when he starts cussing, he says, what? And like, dude, man. And then you saw that sister sitting next to him, looks at him like, man, what the hell's wrong with you?
Right.
And now LAPD already came to Chris Rock. Do you want to prosecute? And he manned up and said, nah, I'm not going to prosecute. But you see, Will Smith just abdicated all that macho superhero bullshit when he came up with that bitch slap that didn't even cause the man to miss a word in his dialogue.
I was impressed by that. He got a strong chin. He should have been a boxer or something.
No, he didn't get a strong chin. It was a weak ass blow. I've been taking martial arts for 55 years. You can't deliver a damn blow with your fingers. You're gonna do that. And he even did it effeminate. Oh, slap.
But he played Ali, right? It was like Ali versus
embarrassing. I know, and it makes you wonder. I know how good Hollywood can get with special effects, and I'm thinking all of that was special effects on buffing him out, making him look like Ali. I've seen him do that in the movies. Now, Wesley Snipes, you know, one of my homeboys, now dead, Grandmaster Clifford Stewart of Los Angeles, late of L.A., now deceased last year. Black Belt Magazine said he was one of probably the most dangerous human alive in North America for 15 years.
Wow.
I taught him to shoot 55 years ago. He taught me martial arts 55 years ago, 7 years ago, and vice versa. And he said, Wesley knows his stuff. They don't have anybody doing special effects for him. He can do it. Now, but Will Smith, I seriously doubt after that little pussy ass bitch slap he gave Chris Rock, I'm going, man, you know, we know who the man is now. Somebody just been acting, remember? And then the other thing, you mean to tell me you try to act like you playing streetwise stuff and you've never been into one of the many comedy clubs in Los Angeles, all up and down Sunset Boulevard, where that is the standard fare? You walk off in there and they're going to talk about you.
Well, Judge,
that's
like,
part of the game.
You remember when Mike Epps made fun of you from the incident, you know, turn up. You know, like you didn't slap him or shoot at him.
Why would I do that? I'm a celebrity and I'm open to it. And plus, did Chris Rock know that Jada had some medical condition? Plus, it just looked like she'd gotten a quo vadis. Looked like she's trying to play Grace Jones.
Yeah, but my thing is this, though. He said G.I. Jane,
the white girl, shaved her head. So,
and she's a sex symbol, right? She was a sex symbol back in the day. So how is that an insult?
She's been all in the public with that shaved head. So I mean, is he supposed to know that much about the family? Hey, Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane Part 2. I'm with you.
Now, if
how was that an insult?
Now, Judge, if he had said, you gonna play the next Lord of the Rings as one of them hobbit goblin looking things, that's the insult. He didn't call her gremlin or a hobbit or anything like that. He said G.I. Jane, which is
no,
but the media says alopecia.
Nobody, but nobody got the insult.
Right.
But then you turn around, you insulted because somebody said, because you're white. And see, she's got stubble. Looks like she cut it close. Doesn't look like she's got a problem with her hair. Right. It doesn't fall out. It's just poor structure, so it breaks off close to the scalp. It looks like a quo vadis. It looks like Grace Jones. It looks like Demi Moore shaved it for the part. So she's been showing up. She hasn't put on a wig or anything like that. She hasn't done what Michelle Jackson, a.k.a. Michael Jackson, used to do, have his scalp peeled back and Polynesian hair threaded individual strand through his scalp like the pervert he was. And by the way, that's what they were doing with that. They were advertising androgyny through Michael Jackson to acclimate the public to fluid gender. See, that was the poison of it. And what in the hell did Chris Rock do to insult Jada Pinkett? You just mentioned her. Like he mentioned the other man.
It was a G.I. Jane joke. You know how he said it was a G.I. Jane joke. Like, I don't understand why you got that upset about it. You was laughing at first and you saw Jada how she was looking. He said, I don't want to deal with that at home.
Will Smith grinning. And I guess to his wife rolled eyes like, motherfucker, this is why I'm fucking around on you and sleeping with our son's homeboy, who probably also sticking our son considering what he's about.
But that's a hell of a combination. You don't think
but that's
got an open relationship. He knew about that.
Yeah, I know. The public but just think about it. This dude is fucking your son and fucking your wife. And you supposed to get mad because somebody said, hey, we got G.I. Jane going. And see, the press in Hollywood would have said, Chris Rock dropped the bombshell. Is Jada gonna get to play G.I. Jane? Is she gonna be a colonel? Wow. Matrix. She's played all of these badasses, action hero and all this other stuff. Somebody had to explain what the inside joke was. The inside grievance was, because I didn't get it. What the hell did he slap her for? Him for?
We didn't know what's interesting that Richard Williams, the father of Venus and Serena, he said he don't condone. He don't agree with how Will handled it.
I
So he
know
said
it
he was
was
channeling his
insulting to the
inner King
family.
Richard. Yeah, it was insulting.
Yeah, like what the hell was that all about?
Mm.
What kind of punk move was that?
And also it's Chris
And
Rock,
then
Judge.
look. Also, look at this.
Uh-huh.
I don't think anybody would suffer one thing, one way or the other, if they never had another Oscars event or an Emmy event. It's
Mm-hmm.
just entertainment bullshit to distract you.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, just so happens, since you want to talk about it, this is the first one with a black producer and director,
Will
where
Packer.
most of the cast and crew was black. It is the first time anybody in the history of the Oscars has been slapped seriously on stage, or at least with serious intent. It was ridiculous. And he pranced his little bitch acting self up there and switched away, and he had a grin on his face. Oh, I slapped him. You know where I thought, I said, that is a takeoff on some South Park cartoon shit. Have you ever watched South Park?
Yeah, I watched that.
Slapped him. I said, oh man, damn. That is some real bitch shit.
It's like I don't know. Will's a great.
Look at him. You and your wife have been having all of these freak parties where your children have been sneaking down from the second floor at the top of the stairs watching mom and dad get their freak on. That's why all of your kids turned out sissified. Think about it.
I'm thinking about it. Like the only one that seems like it's normal is the oldest one by another woman. I think Will like those type of certain women, because I think Pepper, he was into Pepper from Salt and Pepper, but she turned him down for a Tretch from Naughty by Nature, Tupac's good friend, who was like
now,
a
the
thug rapper
question
type
still
of
is the guy that's screwing your wife half your age is living up in your house, the guest of one of your children.
Right.
I mean, you need to have, what in the hell are you even out there with this woman for? Don't you have any
California,
shame?
Judge? You know how it is. It's cheaper to keep her.
I went through a 4.5 year. I know that. My ex got $52 million from my ass.
There you go.
Liquidity. But look, think about it. You're going to get mad at this, and the couple before you, what is it? Yeah, so-and-so and so-and-so. They're both nominated for Best Actor. If he wins, he can't win. He got to lose. He probably said, oh, please, Will Smith, get Best Actor. And then he says, Jada, I love you. He said, what do we got here? G.I. Jane 2? Said, I'm with you. Now, who took that as an insult?
Cause even he said that was mild. He said himself was kind of like, that was a mild one. He could go hard on you. Chris Rock roast some people. He didn't.
Most comedians at a comedy zone type set will go hard on you. You go to the one here in Memphis and they go hard on you.
Especially you sit in the front row. I mean, you asking for it. But to me, it'll be an honor to be roasted by Chris Rock. I ain't gonna lie to you. He or Dave Chappelle and them guys.
Yeah, and by the way, I think Dave Chappelle would have knocked Will Smith's ass all the way out.
Yeah, because Dave, he from DC too. He got the muscles. He kind of built up. Yeah. Chris Rock is the
but I don't
one
think,
to pick on though. He's a run.
Yeah, but I don't think but he ain't that small. But and then speaking of Chappelle, Dr. Ron Chappelle, Dr. Clifford Stewart, some of the baddest ass martial artists you ever want to run into. And the two of them and I ran a playground at Trinity Avenue Elementary School in L.A. back in the 60s. Ron Chappelle ain't but 5'6". He sure would have put Will Smith on his ass with what he knows. So we don't know whether Chris Rock has been a dedicated martial artist. On my show, every one of the cameramen on my show was a cage fighter.
Oh, wow.
We sit there for lunch and discuss them cage fighting. you know, this full contact karate, martial arts shit. So
yeah, I don't think he did it to Joe Rogan.
One of those.
Yeah, Joe, when you said that, I'm thinking about Joe Rogan, the comedian who's also MMA Kappa background. He wouldn't have took that. He would have strung Will Smith back. He knew who to do it to.
But I think what really happened is the way I've had it done to me, not like that. I would have blocked it. Right here in Memphis, you know, they've got professional wrestling here. Yes, some years ago, somebody asked me to go to a thing there, and one of these wrestlers tried to put a move on me, and I just blocked, blam, blam, put him on the ground. You know, like, Judge, damn. I just said, yeah, man, well, you know, I'm the real deal. I don't play this shit. I didn't know where you were coming from. Judge. Yeah, you know, you're lucky I didn't fuck your knee up, you know. Do that little side action after you remember when it's straightened out, it's a little sore now, isn't it? I said, what if I had stomped on it?
Oh,
you know, see, so what happens is they prank you, and they'll have, it happened to me several times in Hollywood. They'd have you emceeing something or doing something like that, and somebody would pull off a prank on you.
Right.
And like, is this part of the script or is this shit real? Well, before I have killed this son of a bitch, let me take it like it's play. And, you know, if you want to strike a blow, I'm blam, right. You know, and all of this on somebody. You know, like, let's see what happens after that. But I think, with due respect, I think Chris Rock thought he was being pranked.
Yeah, I think so.
Particularly his reaction. He didn't even try to bring a hand up. He still had his hand behind his back when the guy walked up on him.
Because you know how Will was, he might have been smiling. He sucker punched or sucker slapped him. Because he could have been smiling all the way up there.
Yeah, and see, that's the other thing too.
And it's Will Smith.
I heard from one of my sources. I don't know how true it is, and I got to go back and get the story straight. Chris Rock was complaining he thought Smith was coming up to give him a high five.
Yeah, man, he gave him a high five, all right.
No, I mean, you know, like high five.
Yeah, I know you're talking about this
shit. So that bitch shit.
Well,
what was it in South Park? I'm gonna slap you, slap you, slap you, where they had some little gay boy shit in South Park. That's what it looked like. It was embarrassing. Man, you action hero, you can't.
But what do you think about? I gotta ask you, Judge. What do you think about Denzel and Tyler Perry and Bradley Cooper and them cuddling him? He should have been escorted out of the premises. He should have been kicked out the show. There's no excuse for that.
Well, I get Tyler Perry. You know, he kind of impressed me as somebody wanting to do that. He might like the rough trade. He don't like men too well, you know. Well, he doesn't like straight guys too much, you know.
Okay, but what about Denzel? What do you think about his response? Like he said, when you hide, the devil will come at you or something. I
understand. Yeah, see, but I think he was talking about, man, you got to control yourself. The devil will come at you, but the devil was his wife, not Chris Rock. Chris Rock didn't live in his house.
You know, Judge.
Chris Rock didn't hang out with his son. Chris Rock wasn't screwing his wife.
You know what, Judge? I was friends with Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory will go out for you at a moment's notice, and then he'll ask you the next moment, how's the family? The last time I saw Dick Gregory in St. Louis, I had to stop like a 6'5" plus 300-pound man from trying to beat him up. And Dick had no idea because first they were laughing in the kitchen. The guy worked in the kitchen at the comedy club. Then when Dick and them left on the elevator, this big mountain of a man started trying to rush up the stairs, and his co-workers had to hold him back. I had to talk some sense to him. I said, man, what's wrong with you? I thought y'all were cool. He said, I'm MF for He said, look, man, you saw how he did me, right? In front of Maxine Waters. Yeah, man, why you ain't? I said, look, you could be the greatest man who ever lived. Dick don't know you. He's a comedian. He's an entertainer. He don't know nothing about you. You gonna let that man define you, a person who know nothing about you, define your whole reality and who you are? Because even if he could beat Dick Gregory up, there's an 80-something-year-old man, you look bad if Dick Gregory beat you up or you beat him up, you can't win. Because, man, calm down. You can't win.
Okay, look here. And what is one of the more popular special events in Hollywood? The celebrity roast.
That's right. You gotta be able to take a joke.
And if you want to see something, go back to when Ellen DeGenerate was emceeing the last Oscars. She talked about some folk like they were dogs.
Mm-hmm. You got to take it, man.
And she a sarcastic, evil heifer.
Yeah, I know you got some stories, Judge. You told us about those stories about you and Ellen. And now she's getting counseled, right? She counseled, right? Is she out there now? Okay.
Yeah. Well, see, the truth of the matter is every single show she's been in was canceled in a few weeks. In some seasons, they gave her 2-3 shows a season because they were rewarding her for being the nookie nibbling nymphet of Hollywood to spread that rainbow cult thing.
Hey everybody, this is Brother Ron. I am asking you all to do me a big favor. Think about supporting the We All Be movement. Your donation is tax deductible. The We All Be Group Incorporated is a recognized 501c3. And I'm just asking you all because I want to keep on bringing y'all quality work through the way that I know how to do best. And I'm going to sing my praises and toot my horn. A lot of y'all were not hip to Dick Gregory until Brother Ron brought him on the We All Be platform, until that Django review we did. Y'all seen another side of Judge Joe Brown, and Judge Joe Brown's message has been amplified. But it was We All Be that brought Judge Joe Brown to y'all back in 2014. And so many others. And we covered so many things. So help us out so we can help you all. Peace.